Welcome, everybody. We are going to go for some more Rimworld tonight. And I labeled tonight's stream Adventure Time because I figured the colony is now big enough that we are able to go for some things outside of the colony for the very first time. At least that's going to be the bigger goal for tonight, and let's see how that will work out. Now, I think I have all the technical bits and bobs now under control. So, what is going on here again? I remember that Maxwell lost his leg. We tried to replace it several times without any success because our doctors are all fools. Now it comes all together. There's a lot of puke on the ground, and yeah. Alright, installing a peg leg seems to be a very darn serious piece of business. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to give this poor fool the Glitterworld meds that he requires. Obviously we don't even have enough timber right now. What a start. So the food poisoning runs rampant in the Adventurers Guild. The medicine is low. Albeit I think that we are going to go for adventures. Well, maybe I was a little bit optimistic today, but we will see. Let's go. There is a pretty late hour right now. And let's see. Tech-wise, we're making great progress. Once microelectronics has been researched, we're going to be able to go for really, really good things. We're also upgrading the kitchen, so there's a chance of less food poisonings happening. Or that's the plan. I mean, technically we have enough graphite panels and a graph core. We could also go for a graph ship. Sold that. But for today, we are going to see how to get Maxwell back on her feet. And, let's see. There's not even timber for a peg leg around, but we have 18 pieces now. That should be enough. Let's do this one more time. It's still the left leg, right? Okay. And let's see. As far as I remember, Lost was my best doctor. So I won't be regretting this. Well. Oh, Muffin is supposed to be taken with a shuttle. Go Lost! You can do it! I do believe in you! Come on, come on! Oh, with a medical level upgrade. Nice. So, Maxwell, you learn your lesson? Insulting sprees are illegal. Next time you get that gene pack that we just looted for slow learning. Dr. Banksy, hi there, welcome. Love to hear from you, and thanks for watching my stuff. It really means a lot to me, more than you might think. So, let's see. We got another person with paralytic aphasia in the colony. Yay. But these people, they're loyal and they're basically long-term investments. So, let's see. What can we do? I have granite blocks. So, until everybody is back on their feet and can be sent someplace else, we're going to start dignifying our rooms a little bit. I mean, we don't even have baseline furniture here so far. The so-called Adventurers Guild has been so far a poverty-ridden, desperate place in the airy shrublands. More an idea than anything successful. But let's see, maybe we can change something about that today. So let's first up, since it's adventure time tonight, let's have a look at the world, you know. So we got an ancient complex there. There's stuff, but I don't think we're geared up for that. So, places to raid. Definitely something to take a look at. Ancient uplink and ancient chem fuel refinery. Oh boy, this is something to look at. So, question is, do I want to keep this tile or not? I mean, in all honesty, this map is not bad. We are absolutely able to dig into these corridors here. Badass mountain base. There's lots of room for expansion. It's good to defend. We could take that as the HQ for our adventures. Could also leave it behind. Thing is, if we want to use the graph ship for traveling's sake and want to keep this place as a colony, we need the grab anchor, and that thing is really costly. It basically will force us to reach sorta late game scaling. It's basically mostly the plasteel and the advanced components, which are quite heavy. The gravelite panels are also, but it's okay. It's more about the other. Yeah, you get the idea. Luckily, I don't need to decide that today. But it's things that I am considering recently. But most of the time I was tending to this place with just basically nobody to work with. Only also recently we have begun to actually thrive here. So, regardless of what we are going to do, stay or not, I want some new furniture. Since we are starting to bring cloth now regularly up, I just decided that our newest bedrooms will have bedrolls. Because bedrolls don't need no timber. This map has such a shortage of that stuff that I really will now start falling back more to cloth, all in all. Yellow food. Sorta. Well. This place is such a mess. Oh boy. But it's my mess. So, considering that we are supposedly low on food, let's get us something that yields clothing and food. Taming. Hunting. I mean, light leather and reptile leather, they're both not the best, but it brings Bennett to some use. Jeez, Maxwell. He had a heavy overdosage of of anesthetics, you see. We had to operate him, I think, 3 times for that peg leg. Which was turning to be quite inhumane for the poor Maxwell, who lost his leg by getting punched because he had an insulting spree. Rimworld things, you see. Okay, I really hope that flooring this place will bring a little bit dignity back to this colony. The next thing should be steady supply of furniture for all of these apartments. That should do something. Okay. Next step. I want to have a religious convention room in here. Something to do our rituals in, you see. Well, people in the colony are treating the sparrow as our main pet. But the cool thing is they're all venerated animals, so we better keep it tame. Does make the people happy, you see. Okay. This whole action brings me some limestone back into my stockpiles. Not a bad thing either. Even if I will be leaving this outpost eventually behind, we will spend some more time here. At least a year, if not more. Enough to warrant stone flooring. Alright. Yeah, that looks a lot more civilized when you start putting floors into places, you see. Everything looks so barbaric without a floor on the ground. So I have decided after quite a lot of thinking that I'm going to use stone doors for that room. The ritual chamber of ours, we are not going to use it that often. It's none of these rooms where you need quick opening doors because you use them so often that it hinders our day-to-day things. Therefore, I'm okay with it being a slow, painful little thing. Alright, let's dig out the rest of the compacted plus steel there, because that deposit here is also already taken. So, is this out of the zone, say? No, it's not. Just not hauled yet. Alright. I mean, workforce remains still a problem, considering that Brody is not participating, Bennett is not capable of participating. He's a bard. He's just not capable of intelligent work. He can only groove and kill. It's a bard's life, obviously. We respect Bennett for his way of life here, even if it is not that easy with him at times. And yeah, these mining duties that I put up for Jimmy, they take him quite far. So things move slowly here. I can convert people, but I think by now everybody is our ideal. Never mind. Brody. You're believing the wrong things, Brody. We'll help you, Brody. To be part of the guild. So at this point, I am also beginning to have interest in colonists that are actually bad. Because every story needs red shirts. And workers to outsource. So we're definitely going to outsource somebody. And that somebody will be Bennett. We can... Oh no. It's not gonna be Bennett. Because we need Bennett for the sake of conversions. That is something that I have forgotten. Ah, dang it. So, Maxwell, the man with the peg leg. Yeah, we're sending you the best workforce. Top notch, grade A. Just a little bit slow. Would be perfect if you bring him back with the bionic, though. Toodles. In all honesty, 2 advanced components are really valuable, especially since we're going to go for high-tech things. And we're currently 1 step away from researching microelectronics. I'm just lacking a little bit of plasteel and I can't build that multi-analyzer. That's exactly why I felt like this is an interesting thing to take right now. So let's research prosthetics. Obvious reasons. Okay. For today, we're finishing this room, not mining at the steel site, I see. Well. Things will get a lot better when we are more people and or the people in our colony have grown up. So, we'll check if there's something for Bennett to kill. Thanks, Randy. You're too kind, my man. I just wanted to have some foodsies. Alright, so this kind of attack I'm taking seriously enough that we're going to rack up the gang. And even save, because I am a little bit angsty. I don't think that we're going to need any save loading, but, well, these folks have horribly bad fighting skills. The area here provides almost no slowing of enemies. The shooting range is small, the effective range of my folks is very, very short. I have no dedicated fighter. I could be really better off all in all. But it's also just a couple of dromedaries and we got a lot of guns to mitigate that. So there we go. Next time, I need to put the shotgunners more into the center and the people with the longer range weapons in the outer perimeter. The penalty, Banksy, is only for the tribal start, but if you want to, you can write your scenario the way you want to. There's a option you can turn on for extra penalty on research, if you want to, that is. Oh no! Dirty kitchen! Jimmy, clean your kitchen! Hey Leonard, welcome. Happy to see you, man. Yeah, I'm doing what I can to be more alive than ever. Because, you know, nothing like a good stream to chill out and all. And I'm so happy for good company. Okay. I do notice one thing. We're starting to harvest our first timber here. That is great. And we're also starting to research long blades with the help of the book we bought. I gotta say, the books are one of the greatest vanilla additions that I've seen so far. Especially since they also increase the research speed of your benches by adding reading bonus. It's so fun. Oh, Poet, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. I somehow slipped when you said hi. Forgive me. Hi. Well, Leonard, I'm a little bit tired. Obviously, I don't even notice when my regulars say hi. Sorry. But I'm in a great mood. Today was anniversary of my marriage. 7th anniversary. So, me and Lilcia had a good day. She's sleeping by now because she's always getting up earlier than me and has appointments in the morning. And I felt like, since I'm always staying awake long, I'm a night owl after all, I might be here around with you folks and have a good time as well. So, Jimmy. This will be our new congregation place. Thanks, Banksy. We just have a good time, all in all. Okay. We are now planting out also our first specimen of heel root. This place has come far. Thanks, Poet. I considered it to be my lucky anniversary because, you know, 7 years and all. So, food clock says amount of food is low. Oh no, Bennett. It's all so ugly here. I need to hide in my grimy room, bare of any luxury. Oh man, we have to pep up this place. This is all the DLC, Leonard, and vanilla. There's no mods here, but all currently available DLCs in the game. So Odyssey, Royalty, Biotech, Ideologen, and Anomaly. They're all currently running. As you can see here, little Chris, the childhood thing, if I remember correctly, is entirely Biotech. Nice, Poet. 6 years, pretty long time too. But I mean, if we'd be counting the years for real, then we are at 14 years in total, and we had the anniversary in May, so yeah. We're stuck together a little bit longer than that. Okay. It's poor old Bennett hiding in his room when he could be converting Brody. Shame. Alright. You feel it's so hard to have a child and somebody incapable of skilled labor and a paralytic aphasia patient. You don't get anything done somehow. But, well, like these places like that. There we go. Good job, Jimmy. How's his mining skill by now? Level 8, not bad. So now for the ungrateful part. The mining site out there, at the border of the map. It's the crappiest out there, because it's also really dangerous. If we are being attacked from this border, Jimmy is basically tanking the enemy head on. Which obviously sucks. So since we have now had a reflux of timber, we're going to just make that place happen with timber. Let's not make things unnecessarily difficult here. Then, smoothing surfaces here to make it look nice. And pick up the toothbrush and polish the entire flippin' floor. Go, go. The awesome animals. So, 6 man-hunting vultures. The Horrortronics of Xavier. Mental break chance. And we can discover a quest in there. A pit full of terrifying fleshy creatures. What could possibly go wrong? No. Right now, not. Problem is primarily my assortment of guns, and the fact that little Chris is still, well, not at the point where I'd like to have him. So instead, we're hunting the many, many dangerous specimen of the desert. Rats. Could go for donkeys too. I mean, there's hippo, which would be actually quite dangerous game, as a matter of fact. But don't need to. Leonard, my pleasure. I love doing tutorials, and I'm always relieved when I hear that people were actually able to get something out of my videos, because my worst enemy is the everlasting imposter syndrome. The fear that actually what I'm doing is bad advice and all. And hearing back from you folks is giving me that, you know, that kind of relief that it's actually working on out. And Jimmy, what the heck are you doing? Why is there no food, Jimmy? Cook, fool. Cook. Sorry, I had to scold Jimmy. I mean, it's my own bad work schedule that forces him to neglect his duties, but I'm the one who makes the chaos, and I'm also the one who's removing the fallout, so I'm allowed to nag. Simple. Jokes aside, this colony needs a second cook. Alright. Jimmy is suffering from chemical starvation, so let's help him out. Before you cook anything, man, light up, 420, off in the kitchen. But first, we sweep, or else we puke. Let the man cook. Okay. So we got prosthetics down. I think I really will stick to the carpet making, simply because I have pretty good pile here with the permanent summer. And yeah, with that I am able to produce 30 amounts of cloth, which means we can make that for our furniture. Stone floors are always quite nice, but they are also very heavy in work units. An armadillo has self-tamed. Yeah, alright. You can train it for tameness. Great. Come on in, little Dillo. So. We have to give the farm work higher priority than construction. Otherwise, our crop will stand on the field and not get harvested. That would be a shame. Welcome back, poet. I am so hyped for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, the new Age of Wonders DLC will release. Quite happy about that. So, Bennett went from 0 intellectual by now to 7 intellectual. Like I said several times in the past, you get that intellectual over time. You just don't need to do much about that. It just happens. Okay. Our congregation room is slowly receiving its polish, and here's something didn't go as intended. That was not polishing, that was mining, but whatever. One can misunderstand things, and Jimmy keeps cooking. All right. Can't somebody please haul all that food into the freezer for? Grr. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, this mine here is eating up Jimmy's days. But on the other side, you know, it is also providing our colony with a really large stockpile of material to work with. So Jimmy went onto an insulting spree. Everybody else I would stop from doing what he's doing, but Jimmy, you know, he's the founder of this place. We're not going to punch Jimmy. We're not going to arrest Jimmy. You guys will just listen to what Jimmy says. Let's see what Jimmy says. Jimmy insulted George's eloquence. Bennett compared Jimmy to a finch. So you see, Bennett doesn't take it like a wuss. He's going right back with the expletives. Chris insulted Jimmy's mother's plant growing skills. Jimmy compared George to a brigand. Okay, Jimmy compared George to a horse. Now we're going crazy. So I guess George is going crazy next. Jimmy turned full on into annoying orange, and there goes the social fight. Jimmy loudly insulted George's voice. Okay. Let's see. Neck bite. Jimmy. I don't even want to imagine how that went. I guess that was a move of dominance or something. I guess Jimmy won, considering that Jimmy is also less injured. And, okay. Poor George. Neck bite. Sorry. I'm still digesting that one. But you got what you deserved, man. This dude was just researching, and you had to annoy the hell out of him. So, as much as I am rooting for the founding member of the Adventurers Guild, he had it coming this time. Still can't really think who won this fight. George, who remained with dignity and just used his fists like a normal human being would in a social fight, or Jimmy, who took the fight very serious and asserted dominance with a heavy bite into the neck of his opponent until he bled. I mean, and now Jimmy is moping about being insulted himself. I've been directly insulted. What an awful person. Jimmy, you're obviously insane. Good love Rimworld. So people are banged up and unlucky and unhappy, and yeah. I'm just happy that nobody lost any limbs. And carpet making. I do realize that my research speed seems to be quite tasty by now. So what goes next? Yeah, let's go for Devil's Strand. Monkey Island. Fond memories. Okay. Okay. George doesn't give up. What a robust person. Alrighty. So sad that the heat route will still take a while to be ready. Okay. Nah, Jimmy. Finish your job here, so we're finally done with that here. Paper boy, welcome. So happy to see you. So... Brody's really angry. Yeah, because his ideology makes him angry. We're going to free you from the things that make you angry, Brody. Don't you worry. I can't quite follow, Poet. Okay. Oh wow, this place looks really grimy. So, with the extra timber available, let's go crazy with our furniture. Let's do such luxurious things like end tables. Today I learned that end tables only work when they are right next to the head tile of a bed. I really always thought that you could place them a little bit elsewhere, like the dressers. Nope, they're really rigidly locked to the spot left or right to the headpiece of the beds. It's actually quite new to me. Ah, I know that too, Poet. Okay. So today we can convert Brody. Come on, say goodbye to the things that make you sad. You don't need to. Adventuring is fun. We need adventurers. We can't really adventure yet. It's all because we don't have enough adventurers. Okay. So the dude doing the speech had a mental breakdown during the speech. No. Yes? I don't know. But the moment George went into a mental breakdown, our rest of the celebration went to pieces. Okay. Quite happy that we by now are at fine meal level. Working on the lavish meals too, but it's a work in progress, you see. What I do realize is that I need to manually order some stone block cutting again. Ah, Jimmy's back on his feet. Alright. I find it very, very anti-intuitive if somebody cooks fine meals and then I see rat meat on the kitchen counter. Feels wrong, man. So lost. Got some stone, man. Do you need it so badly? There we go. Hey, Maxie! Yeah, just like I thought, Maxwell was my secondary cook and my field hand, and that is why things were not working out anymore. Okay. The man with the peck-leg is back. One man, one peg-leg, one legend. Okay, I give up. That just makes it all sound worse. Anyways, Jimmy, it's mining time. Nah. Jimmy says it's cooking time. Fennec foxes. Alrighty, my man. So, let's see. This time I want to distribute them better. So the shotgunnies, they go here. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot of foxes, man. Flippin' Scaria. This is not looking good. So I think I need to reload this. My current colony is not equipped for situations like that. I realized that I need to way is super lame and cheesy gameplay. I'm well aware of that. But it's also my chill out learning phase, so I gotta say, very sorry if that's not challenging enough for you, that I just save scum whenever I derp out a fight that I didn't even try hard on. But by now, I gotta say, I have to be in the mood for, why is that one mined away? I thought I ordered smoothing. I got to be in the mood for a Rimworld combat system. That just boils down to it. But even if I'm not in the mood for Rimworld combat, I do enjoy Rimworld still. Oh, my internet is interneting badly again, so... Let's see... Great poet, yeah. You can play Rimworld many different ways. And, I mean, the opposite extreme are these people that make 500% no-pause runs. You know? That's the other end of the spectrum. But what I personally love about games like Rimworld is that not only do these wildly differing playstyles exist, and they have all right to exist, also there are different audiences. People that like the one kind of content usually prefer not so much the other type of content. I find that highly fascinating. Okay. Devil Strand, Devil Strand. Sorry. Alright, getting those components in. Come on, guys. Don't you dare to. Yeah, so currently the new harvest needs to be processed. I get that. Quite happy that we're generating some wealth this way. Can't wait for the next few traders to arrive. I also need a few more structures. By this point, we are no longer growing as fast as we could. Need to change that. But especially we need better guns. Guns are really terrible right now. Let's order some more clothing. Well, Paperboy, that's the best thing about it. They all exist in their own rights. It's super fun to see somebody suffer at the insane difficulty levels, but it can be also insanely fulfilling and satisfying to watch somebody just tinker out a nice story and stick to it. I really adore Rimworld for these qualities. And since I am no longer a no audience YouTuber, I can't even stream some gameplay while people are watching. 6 years ago when I did this, I was happy when 100 people were opening my videos. I shit you not. I mean it when I say it like that. It felt like a major triumph. Ah, well, it's been a good journey. It feels good to return to some things from time to time. Ooh, George. Making the good things happen. Yeah, currently I'm trying to craft as many good guns as I can. Brody, in 2 hours we can try to convert you one more time. Yeah, one more conversion attempt and we're done. Leader speech time. Leader speech. The cave will be open soon. Sorry it takes so long. We're working on it. You're all the best. The Adventurers Guild appreciates you. Bye-bye. See? Encouraging. Well, you were always able to piece out to other tiles, but Odyssey really made it a lot easier than ever. I agree. Yeah, it's I said it several times already. It's no other DLC has brought me so rigorously back to the game as Odyssey did, and I really appreciate it. Oh no! The next insulting spree. Yeah, okay, so Bennett is now joining into the tradition. Bennett derided Lost's brain power. Okay, this can only end bad. Let's tune out. Okay. No, Jimmy. Bring back the components. Alright, we got now 2 solar panels, 2 wind turbines, and a couple of batteries. All in all, as things stand, this colony is pretty well off. And a poor quality heavy SMG, huh? Dang. Still gonna prefer it over the bolt action rifle, because it has a lot more stopping power. Okay. Gorondon pod. Not that much of a big fan right now. Hey, Chris grew up! He's now naked because all of a sudden he hulked out of his clothing and now he needs new clothing. The way to go, my man. So choose 3 skills to increase his passion for. So, let's see. But first, one more trait. I want to start with that one. Global learning factor. Very tasty. Chris, colony child, colonist. Ah, look at that. His whole childhood is dependent on my background. Great. So, 3 more. Definitely want to go with shooting. I'll keep the social thing going. Hey, Chris. Beautiful. I like that. So, we got also a bit of leather left. Let's see which animals we can kill. Alright. I'd say it's time to take down a hippo, because we want to wear it. I'm not even lying. It's exactly why we're doing it. So dude, I like your skin. You need to die. Quite the tanky bunch, aren't they? Come on, Bennett. Impress my audience with your power. Look at him. First he's slicing its throat, and then he's carrying the hippo back into our freezer. All on himself. Impressive, isn't it? I love Rimworld. This is one of the things that never stops to amuse me. So, a shaman merchant. Okay. So, I'll let Chris trade with the foreigners. Okay. I'm gonna sell the shard because I don't want to ghoul around this time. As far as I remember, these shards are, if I'm not going to go deeper for the anomaly content, they're not really doing much for me. Plasteel, my boys. Yes. Nice. So, I am very, very tempted to do something not so smart, but we're We're not going to sell any of our items here that we don't want to sell. Although I'm... come on, let's sell that slow study gene pack. I could do some roleplay fluffing stuff, or I can buy just those 50 pieces of plasteel and be a smarter person. Nobody said Bennett didn't insult the hippo. Okay. Mortars. It's quite a costly tick, but they're also so valuable and useful. I like them. I really do. Jimmy! Alright. I got a problem with Jimmy. I get unsavory vibes from a different, very successful YouTuber. It's really annoying me. But Jimmy, at least you're not building a burger restaurant or something like that, don't you? There we go. Let there be light. Okay. So... oh, it annoys me when my altar room is just so absolutely asymmetric. Let's see if that makes it better. Even more ambrosia. Dang. Yeah, by now I'm convinced that this place is really seeing a lot of ambrosia. Well, Jimmy constructing, even though he's not passionate about it, brought him really far. So, floor. There we go. Oh, the Cry Paul again. Great. I really feel as if this place has too many researchers. Ooh. Brody. Welcome, one of us. Gotta say, I love this soundtrack specifically. But in all honesty, Rimworld's soundtrack has been expanded upon over the years in a really, really awesome way. Okay. Lossby's damaged transponder. I'm interested, as a matter of fact. That's uranium and shuttle and a relatively easy fight. So let's just wait until the enemy arrives. Okay. Let's see how bad it is. It's a couple of grenadiering guys and a little bit of melee. Nothing too earth-shattering. They didn't come with several teams, so that should be a winnable thing. Just need to... Whoa! That's, That's an impet going crazy here. Doing my best to take down the folks with the grenades first, because they are by far the worst. Okay. This looks like it's a case for kiting. Whoa, the Molly Man. Okay, I shall not underestimate the Molly Man. Moyle, the Molly Man. The naked Molly Man, I must say, even. And Pong, the swine with the knife. Sorry, I could do this all night. So... Pigskin brought a frag grenade. And a revolver of good quality. Heck yeah. It's pretty good, as a matter of fact. So... let's see. This is also a very, very nice new part of the soundtrack. Alright. Easy victory. There we go. Some free uranium, and a shuttle that we are allowed to deconstruct. Yay, long blades. Long live reading research. I really love that. What I don't love is the fact how tired I feel already again. shuttle engine, and some plasteel. So I think the decision today has fallen. We are going to research our own shuttle first. So, George, vacate your research bench. It's time to make room for something better. There we go. I do have the materials necessary for this. Perfect. Well, we might be not traveling for adventure, but we're taking more risks than the previous couple of times, which I really like, because that means we're really moving forward from here on out. Shelter for a novice. Pigskin pamphlet. Ancients. And even more uranium. Come on, Antigonas. No props. We might not want a title here for ourselves, but we are absolutely eager to host people from other cultures. It's our pleasure. It's our honor. Take some reefers. Take some tea. We're sharing our wealth with you. Bio-coded Zeus hammer. Regent? So, yeah, he might be only a novice, but this guy is a full-blown nobleman. We should really take that into our storytelling of this run. You know, for our colony of nobodies, our colony of people which share two things, their hunger for adventure and their hunger for chemical substances mostly. Your mileage may vary, right, Chris? Chemical substances? Anyways, yeah. The ritual chamber is slowly getting together. The fact that I ordered them to polish the floor does make the work go so much slower. Oh, and I was wondering why nobody was mining. Also, I think, well, we're maybe not going to do that today, but next time or so, it is about time to show those bugs who's boss. Yes. Hey, Dave, welcome. Well, they get drugs if their mood is going to be bad, but otherwise not. But that dude is actually doing research. Heck yeah. Okay, Your Highness. Look, he's wearing a gas mask so he doesn't have to bear with our stink. So... I really wish I had more Rimworld mats available. That would be great. Yeah, just like I thought, we need to mine it even deeper. But the amount of tiles will always stay uneven. Just realized there's no way out. This will always be horrible for this hole. Tell you what we're going to do, we're going to use the lectern here. Best I can do. Yeah, sometimes I do that too, Dave. But most of the time I'm just winging it. Okay. Let's see how that'll work out. But this will be finally a proper place of religion and such. Okay. Very good. There's biofuel refining. Yeah, I want to research that shuttle as fast as I can. Fits so well to the theme of our run. Oh, low food, eh? No. Well, it's not that true. We just need to pluck some berries again. Yeah, it's all in the fine-tuning, Dave. Sometimes colonists also have a medical condition that makes it so that you can't let them have the same drugs as other people could. The more permanent injuries they got, basically. Okay. Let the harvest begin. Bear scene, welcome. Yeah, we're making slowly progress today. The progress of the colony is going wellish, as we are slowpoke getting where I want to get, but there's still Bennett not working, Brody not working, Chris only being ever so recently an adult, which is able to get everything going, but we have a altar room now. That has changed. Only waiting for the next opportunity to do a cool ritual next, but yeah, you get the idea. Apart from that, I am already again so tired. Yeah, I know. Always. Wow, that's unlucky, Banksy. I know that you can technically kill somebody with overdrugging them and kill off their consciousness, but with smoke leaf of all things, that is a rare hit. Pun intended. Yeah. Ah, yeah, super cold biomes be like that. Eventually, it's mostly mechanoids because the amount of raid points necessary for high-end raids is barely sufficing to send you human raiders. So the AI loves to fall back to mechanoid raiders because they just withstand the temperatures better. Basically happens always with these biomes, I realized eventually. It's almost impossible to not fall victim to that, so to speak. Yeah, cannibals in the ice doesn't work in the long run, no. Sorry. Well, Bearstein, kinda. The rate score has to bring up the gear for all the people. And later in the game, the rate score goes up, and a raider equipped to withstand extreme temperatures will use up a lot of that rate score just for that gear. And I don't know why, but the bias of most storytellers is then rather not to send Wiglaf with the power armor and the and the assault rifle, because these items are not so often spawning. Obviously, it prefers to send the mechanoids, which don't need extra gear to survive there. It seems to override the bias of the storytellers to do what they usually do. Because power armor and gear that makes you survive cold temperatures is eating up a lot of points, basically. Okay, our religious placey things growing too. I mean, we could have also increased our defenses and such and do important things. Get off the table, cat. Well, if you want to go for cannibalism and stuff, rainforests and such I found to be really, really good. Boreal forest should work well too. Oh, dang it. So, Brody, how long more? 16 days. So, once everybody has had their breakfast, I want to check if we can't kill the insects by now. They come in flying flavors now? I had no clue. Very interesting. Okay. There we go. I'll send Last in there, because his weapon is slowest, so to speak. Alright. So, there we go. Taking this place back from the bugs. Feels properly satisfying. So there we go. That first fight went down terrific. Okay. Let's see how that one goes down. Not. Oh, this ain't looking good. That's too many. Yeah, they're flanking us. We need to leave the second tunnel for now. Well, we got the first tunnel, so it's a start. And the second tunnel, but, well, with the current armaments, I don't really see myself being able to take down 2 mega spiders, 1 spellipede, and 2 scarabs at the same time. Definitely possible, but I don't think that it is a realistic approach or a realistic goal to take. But I am happy. We have conquered part of this map. Not even a small one to begin with. There we go. So, transport pods. Nice. We do need the multi-analyzer for the shuttles, okay. Too bad, too bad. Yeah, we're not going to go and harvest these beasties. I'm just happy that we took them. I'll leave it like that. We got ourselves some steel and some components though here. Quite plentiful. Several veins we can now approach. I'll start small here and would go for these here. Okay. So, next step, I want a comms console. That's gonna be some over resources yet again, but it's okay. Large nature shrine. Interesting. So, first up. Wait a sec. These are reproducing sites? That's new. In the past, they never did that. Uh-oh. Alright. He got some acid burns, but he's also taking down that filthy hive. Rawr. Okay, Jimmy. Well done. So these X-Sacks are obviously something that exists now. Yuck. Well, he already bandaged himself, like he always likes to do. But I really do enjoy the fact that we are now back at the point where we can exploit the territory here a little bit better. Because I don't think that the insectoids from that cave will come close enough, even if we are working here. Jimmy went food binging. That's okay. If somebody spewed acid into my face today, I probably would want to go for a bit of a chill out binge too. And Brody is heat stroking. No, not again. Oh boy. Oh well. Luckily by now we have so many trees around here that I just go and chop me some and we get the cooler thing in and all's good. You can use some insectoids at the biofuel refinery bags here. Turning them into chem fuel is one of the most effective things to do, basically. But you gotta feel like it, too. Alrighty. Picking up all that steel and the components will get us somewhere. Very happy to see that we're right now strong enough to take down at least a couple of our problems. You know, that's pretty new, pretty cool. Pretty new and pretty cool. Yeah, the biofuel refinery hasn't been changed too much in any way in the time before Odyssey, but Odyssey surely has made it more important, the things that you get out of there, in my opinion at least. There we go. My man Jimmy. Inspired creativity on Maxwell. He's also my artsy dude, so let's go for something for a large one this time. And we're going to go for limestone. There we go. Do appreciate that George is starting to hone his mining skills too. No, the sparrow has the flu. Let's put up some animal sleeping spots so we can cure that poor thing. Okay. Fiesta of Spiritism. Ah, of course we can only do that outside because it's the sky lantern thing. I was wondering why the game brought me to that one. Oh no, we can't do it because we ain't got enough timber. Shame. So Maxi, chop the tree. Still not enough. No. %95. Here we go. Ooh, we can reform our ideology. Sweet. Alright, but let's see. I'll save that for now. Cool iced tea. Yes, arid trees have such a bad yield per tree. Is what it is, yeah. I don't want to have more ambrosia. Okay. Jimmy going for that steel deposit first, but as a matter of fact, I want some machinery too. There we go. Good boy. Hostility for profit. So, Orwoodburgians are harassing the Empire. But that is some sick group. I don't feel like that is a fair payment for what we have to do there. Ah, we get cataphracts. Okay. Very, 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 very tempted. Because, you know, we got a couple of days time for that. Namely, 7 days. And we get a lot of people that are just allowed to die for that quest. And it's just the flippin' Orwoodburgians. If you are with me from the beginning, they killed Jimmy's dog. And everybody knows since John Wick that killing somebody's dog is really something that you should not do. You should show them why. Alright, so... Mech cluster with a smoke spoor. Okay. Cool iced tea. This is just a 100% strive to survive run. Okay, so we have to take that thing down. I hope it still works like it did in the past. So we're sending Chris and George. I think that should work on out. Okay. So on an event like that, our people must go there and destroy the place. Yeah, sometimes the difficulty ratings be wild like that. If I learned one thing, steadiness in these things is a rare thing. Just sometimes the game screws you over like that, and sometimes you get constantly one easy fight after another. It is just what it is. The randomness of Rimworld was always a little bit more biased against the player than the other way around in my experience. Your mileage may vary, of course. Okay. Usually, these things are relatively easy. Because, yeah, it's just like usually we can sneak in here. And go punch that thing. But since the whole mechanoid front here are just turrets, we're okay with that. There we go. We should be able to even pick up these items that we want to pick. Namely the plasteel and all. And then we are just going to bugger off. Bye-bye, buddies! Well done. Well done. Oh yeah, resource hoarding and raid difficulty are very, very nasty correlation. I've been there too, man. I've been there too. So, very happy that these two blokes have made it. Okay. Did that actually... Let's see. Aw. It should be providing some happiness for all the other folks here. Come on, guys. Chemical starvation? Light up. Yeah, I need to write me some drug use policies for those potheads. Well, you always had the freedom to leave. Cool Eyes. We always had the option to just send the caravan to leave the map, but admittedly, when things were going bad, it was sometimes very difficult. Well, I'm not sure if they ignore the policy if the policy says take drugs. I think they do only ignore the policies if the policies try to forbid them drugs. But my people here are the opposite. They're not taking their drugs, basically. Jimmy, have you forgotten to take your drugs this morning? Sorry, Mama. More like that. Alrighty. Like to see that George is now chiming in with ever-growing mining skill. We do waste a few pieces of steel, I'm well aware of that. But at the same time, we are also getting so much more done in the same amount of time. That means so much to me. Okay. Yo, Brody. How about your paralytic abacia going away now? Okay. Wildlife? Hippo? It's pretty. Mega sloth. Armadillo. What does an armadillo yield? Armadillo leather. What did I think? Okay. Well, at least today I did do what I intended to do. Ooh! Trade ship is passing by. Do you know what that means? Exactly. Everything here is finally ready. The shuttle engine is worth a obscene amount of money. Oh god, I didn't expect that. So we're going to sell away a lot of our produce. Plasma sword. Let's take a reinforced barrel. I need these. Eventually more than I like. Then a few coffers of medicinal stuff. And then... You told me you were complet suppliers. Where's your complet? Ugh. I think I'm going to take the EMP launcher and call it a day. I mean, EMP launchers are really good weapons, but not gonna lie, guys, I am quite disappointed. Mama is disappointed, guys. But, well, I shouldn't be so ungrateful. The EMP launcher is quite a valuable find. Yeah, that's true. The nades are less accurate, but higher frequency. But I would need to craft them right now. I'm happy if I don't have to do this. You are right about what you're saying, though. I'll always prefer grenades wherever I can. Or were the grenades modded content? Please don't tell me they were. No, they're not. But compared to the previous condition, no EMP whatsoever, I feel like this is a real step forward. Speaking about steps forward, I got for the first time since years enough timber in my colony to get it done. So, let's see. Ah yeah, let's make that happen here. Schooling in the workshop, why not? The unique weapons, yeah, I found not so many of them yet. A couple of them I had. That's really, really interesting stuff around there. EMP weapon sounds nice, yeah. Okay, guys, I am going to bed. It's been a great show, and I just want to say thanks for the good company, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, so feel free to come back then. If you want to say thanks for the show, feel free to donate or whatever. There's also the Ko-fi link flown around here, this one. And best site to support, because they almost deduct no fees. That self-ad out there, out of the way now. Thanks for the good time. And tomorrow we'll see each other with new Age of Wonders things and see what happens.